For years, you've likely heard it stated as an undisputed fact. The daddy longlegs is the world's most venomous spider. The tale goes that its fangs are too diminutive to penetrate human skin, but were they capable, its venom would prove fatal. This assertion has been echoed by educators, companions, and family members, each presenting it as gospel. You accepted it because it resonated as precisely the kind of obscure, ominous revelation nature might conceal. However, there's a significant flaw in
I
this
still
widely
can't
accepted
believe we
notion.
managed to finish it all
It's
yesterday.
not just inaccurate,
I know,
it's
right?
fundamentally untrue.
It feels good to just
The true
relax
story
today.
behind this persistent myth and the actual identity of the daddy longlegs is far more compelling than the fabrication it replaced. Today, we aim to definitively resolve this matter. We will uncover the true nature of the daddy longlegs, understand its role in your home and garden, and expose why virtually everything commonly believed about it is incorrect. But before we delve into that, we must first address a fundamental misunderstanding that most people are unaware of. The designation daddy longlegs is erroneously applied to not one, but two entirely distinct species of creature. These beings share only their elongated appendages and a common moniker, and the ambiguity between them is the very reason this widespread myth has endured for so long. The first creature commonly referred to as a daddy longlegs is the one you're likely to encounter outdoors, amidst your garden's greenery, beneath fallen logs or clinging to fence posts, all the while exhibiting that characteristic, almost jerky, striding gait. Its body is petite and ovular, its 8 legs remarkably lengthy in proportion to its frame. When startled, it commences a rapid, bouncy movement on these legs, creating an appearance that borders on the mechanical. This is the harvestman, an arachnid belonging to the order Opiliones, and it is unequivocally not a spider. It has never been classified as a spider, nor does it possess any close biological relation to them. This distinction is of paramount importance, and here's why. Spiders possess 2 clearly defined body segments, the cephalothorax and the abdomen, joined by a narrow, constricted waist. They are equipped with silk glands and fangs connected to venom glands. The harvestman, conversely, lacks all of these attributes. Its body is a single, fused, oval structure, with no discernible waist, no silk-producing glands, and absolutely no venom glands. It is incapable of generating silk, cannot weave webs, and possesses no venom whatsoever. Not even a trace, not a minuscule amount. Not venom so negligible it wouldn't matter. It has no venom of any kind in any part of its being. Biologically, the harvestman is more closely allied with scorpions and mites than it is with spiders. It represents its own distinct order of arachnid, a separate evolutionary branch that coincidentally developed long legs and occupies similar ecological niches to spiders. To label a harvestman a spider is akin to calling a bat a bird, simply because both possess the ability to fly. The visual similarity is superficial, but the underlying biology is entirely divergent. Therefore, the first daddy longlegs, the one you encounter in your garden, is not a spider, is devoid of venom, and presents absolutely no peril to humans under any circumstances. The myth of its lethal venom is entirely inapplicable to it, as there is simply no venom present to be lethal. Now, let us turn our attention to the second entity known as the daddy longlegs, the cellar spider, scientifically classified as Pholcus phalangioides. This creature is a genuine spider residing within domestic environments such as basements, garages, attics, and the less disturbed recesses of rooms. It constructs loose, haphazard webs, appearing rudimentary and incomplete when contrasted with the intricate, geometric precision of an orb weaver's creation. It boasts the long, slender legs that lend it its common name, and it shares the harvestman's tendency to vibrate erratically when agitated, a defensive maneuver that blurs its silhouette, making it more difficult for predators to pinpoint its exact location. The cellar spider is indeed a true spider, possessing functional fangs and actual venom. It is this creature that lies at the heart of the myth, as at some point, the unsubstantiated claim of being the world's most venomous spider became associated with it, and from that point, the misinformation propagated. Scientific evidence paints a different picture. The venom of the cellar spider has been thoroughly examined. It contains biochemical compounds that are effective against the insects and smaller arthropods that constitute its prey. However, by any toxicological standard, it is not exceptionally potent when affecting mammals. There is no peer-reviewed research, no documented medical case, and no laboratory study that places cellar spider venom anywhere near the upper echelons of spider venom potency rankings. The assertion that it is the most venomous spider on the planet lacks any scientific foundation. Furthermore, the claim regarding the size of cellar spider fangs being too small to pierce human skin is also not entirely accurate. Cellar spider fangs are capable of, and occasionally do, breach human skin. Documented instances of their bites exist, resulting in minor, localized discomfort, comparable to a mild bee sting, which subsides within a few hours. No recorded instances of severe medical complications stemming from cellar spider bites are present in any peer-reviewed medical literature. When subjected to direct empirical testing, the myth yields a remarkably unremarkable outcome. In the year 2004, an episode of the popular television program Mythbusters directly investigated this very claim. The show's host deliberately allowed cellar spiders to bite them on camera. The spiders did indeed bite, and the resulting bites caused minimal, short-lived irritation. No significant adverse reactions were observed. The myth was officially debunked on the program, yet it continues to persist, a testament to the enduring nature of such narratives, which often outlast factual accounts. Consequently, both of these creatures are, in reality, harmless. Both are subject to misidentification, and both are instilled with fear for reasons that crumble under scrutiny. However, the true relevance of their story to your immediate surroundings, your home and garden specifically, lies in the valuable, often unseen, work they perform within their respective habitats. Understanding this function fundamentally alters your perception and response when you encounter them. Let us begin with the harvestman in your garden. The harvestman is an omnivore, a rarity among arachnids, as it does not solely subsist on prey. Its diet includes decaying plant matter, fungal spores, small insects, and the eggs of other invertebrates. This dual role positions it as both a genuine decomposer and a predator, actively contributing to the breakdown of organic material in your soil while simultaneously preying on pest insects and their eggs. It does not construct a web and await prey. Instead, it actively patrols its environment. It traverses the ground's surface, navigates beneath leaf litter, and moves through low-lying vegetation, continuously hunting and foraging. Its exceptionally long legs are not accidental. They enable it to cover extensive ground rapidly while keeping its small body elevated and shielded from ground-level moisture and predators. The harvestman also possesses a chemical defense mechanism. Glands on its body secrete a substance that emits a potent, unpleasant odor to predators. Birds, frogs, and larger arthropods generally avoid consuming it once they encounter this scent. This is why it thrives without the need for venom. It possesses a chemical deterrent instead. A garden populated by harvestmen is one actively engaged in ground-level predation of pest eggs and small insects, alongside the decomposition of organic detritus. They perform essential, unseen labor within the leaf litter, directly contributing to the vitality of your soil. Now, let us consider the cellar spider within your home. If you have watched our earlier video concerning spiders found in room corners, you are already aware that the spiders inhabiting your dwelling are engaged in an internal pest control operation. The cellar spider is one of the most effective participants in this crucial service. Relative to its size, the cellar spider is a remarkably aggressive hunter. It does not passively await prey to stumble into its web. Instead, it actively intrudes upon the webs of other spiders, including those considerably larger than itself. It imitates the vibrations of struggling prey, luring the web's owner into proximity for an attack. There are documented instances of cellar spiders successfully hunting and dispatching black widow spiders using this precise strategy. The cellar spider residing in your basement might be the very reason a black widow has not established a territory there. Research conducted at the University of California has documented cellar spiders consuming black widows under controlled laboratory conditions, with the cellar spider consistently initiating the predatory encounter by vibrating the black widow's web. This is not an uncommon or exceptional behavior. It is a consistent hunting strategy employed by the cellar spider against a diverse array of web-building prey. Therefore, the spider you might have been inclined to remove from your basement, the pale, delicate-looking creature with the disheveled web that you may have swept away with a broom, could have been actively preventing a black widow spider from colonizing that very same space. There is one additional crucial aspect worth understanding about both of these creatures, and it connects to the broader patterns we have explored across this channel. Both the harvestman and the cellar spider exhibit sensitivity to environmental conditions. The harvestman thrives in environments characterized by moist, undisturbed soil with ample organic matter, the very same conditions that support earthworms, ground beetles, and the entire spectrum of decomposer organisms vital for soil health. Its presence in your garden serves as an indicator of soil vitality. Conversely, its absence is a signal warranting attention. The cellar spider, on the other hand, requires the kind of quiet, low-traffic interior spaces where pest insects also tend to congregate. These include the secluded corners of basements, the areas behind stored items, and the crevices around pipes and foundations. Its presence suggests that your home harbors sufficient insect activity to sustain a predator. Its continued persistence, generation after generation, indicates that this predator is finding adequate sustenance to survive and reproduce. Neither of these animals is merely adorning your home or garden. Both are actively engaged in work. The myth that once portrayed them as dangerous was never factually grounded. However, the reality of their harmlessness, their utility, and their presence for valid ecological reasons is something most individuals seldom pause long enough to discover. The next time you observe a harvestman navigating your garden path or a cellar spider trembling in a basement corner, do not perceive a threat. Instead, recognize an animal diligently fulfilling its intended purpose in its appropriate environment. Allow it to remain undisturbed. Have you ever subscribed to the daddy longlegs myth? Or were you surprised to learn the true nature of these creatures? Please share your experiences in the comments section. I diligently read every submission, and this particular topic consistently ignites the most engaging discussions. If today marked the moment you transition from